Rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beautiful a rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful.
Hello and welcome to the Out of Bounds podcast with my co-host Darren Bragg and
Hello.
surprise guest Damian Carter.
How
Welcome
you
to the
doing? How
show.
you doing? Thanks for having me.
How you feeling, Mr. Bragg?
Feeling great. Well, actually, I'm not feeling great. I could be
Um,
feeling better. You see, I got the merch on. We took a rough loss yesterday,
Isn't that
but
last year's team?
huh?
Isn't that
This?
last year's team?
No.
Now it
this
is.
year's. All right. You can move on. You can move on to him.
Got a lot of stuff going on. Conference tournaments are in full swing. We're at the quarterfinals and most of them in the semifinals in the ACC. Got the A10 semis today. Yeah, A10 semis today.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Excuse me. Yeah, they skip a day. So, a very good weekend of basketball ahead of us, and then Sunday, Selection Sunday. So,
Right
should
around the
be
corner.
should be action filled. And then next week we start the big dance. Next Tuesday night or Thursday night. It's Thursday night, isn't it?
No clue. Probably.
I know
Thursday.
you don't know.
Probably.
yeah,
Thursday.
I don't know either. I don't know. Yeah.
We'll just kick it off. Well, Damien, if you wanna say anything about college basketball, anything you wanna.
Nah, I'm not really into college basketball as much as I should be. I only watch it at March Madness because that's when all the crazy anarchy happens. I'm
That's
one of
what
them.
you should watch. That's really all that matters. Like,
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It is.
No one's watching.
mean-
unless you go to the school or like you're like on the team. No one's.
There is a chance that I'm the only guy here right now with the team in the dance, but I mean, we're not gonna mention that. I mean, that goes without saying.
I mean, no
but
one was thinking George Mason
Yeah.
was going to make the tournament. Come on now.
I was hoping.
I was hoping too.
There was a wee bit of hope there.
There was like a 0.5% chance of hope that we were going to make it.
Well, I mean, it was good while it lasted.
It was good while it lasted. It was.
Hey man, I don't know.
And then-
We Georgia State made it last year. Maybe I don't know if it's a chance we in this year. So I got that going. I don't got that going for myself then.
Did y'all get?
Sadly enough, they went 10-21. So
Did they get first rounded in the tournament?
yeah, they got beat by Arkansas State. They were the 14 seed in the Sun Belt,
Yeah.
or Texas State, excuse me. So yeah, but Texas State was good. But yeah, it was not a good year for the Panthers. But
Definitely.
hey, your Panthers do come to Clemson today in baseball. They do play a series starting today. They're probably gonna beat us because we're horrible. But
I don't know, man. I ain't checked them out, man. I've been so focused on like school that I be forgetting about like I don't know. I just don't be thinking on. I've been to a couple of basketball games, like 2, I think, but they all be so boring. So it's like there's no point.
does nobody go, or where do they play at? Do they have a gym?
Yeah, we got an arena.
I didn't know if y'all might have played in. I didn't know if y'all played in State Farm Arena or something. I wasn't
No.
trying to act like y'all played in the middle of the street or something.
No. Now we got a Georgia State arena. They just built it this year, actually. Like we got a new one. I'm guessing.
I got you. Yeah, I went up there for the state championships because I had to cover Swainsboro. I was on the field, and like
I was at that game.
yeah, that's what my dad told me. You were there, and I was like, dang, I wish somebody would text me, but like I don't mind them turning that into a football. It just feels weird, dude. Like I went to several games there as a kid to watch the Braves, and just watching football on that field and just the way it's laid out and all, it just feels so weird.
Right. Yeah.
Did you go to any football game, like Georgia State football game?
Yeah, I went to the Georgia State Georgia Southern game. But that was the only one I went to. They was also early in the day. Like if they would have had more, like I'm looking at the schedule and like bro, there was like no late games. If it was late, it was away. So it was like
Right.
I'm not trying to be out there too long. I would rather be watching college football on my TV than out there. I'm not a diehard Panther fan. Don't
Yeah, that Georgia Southern game was terrible. I mean, Georgia Southern turned the ball over 5 times. I mean, they threw so many interceptions.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun game to be at, though. I can't say that, and it was a fun game to watch.
One of the most disappointing things of the day is that Brandon Miller's still not back in the game, and Mississippi
He's
State's on an
not
8-0 run. No, he's not coming back in, dude.
How much
That's
time left?
fine.
arrested after the game.
4 minutes.
Oh yeah, he's done.
He's not. He's not seeing the
Wait, is
court.
that him? Wait, I think he's back on the court. That's him. That's him.
Oh,
Okay, he's back.
you
He's
better
back.
hope he gets a 3 and gets a rebound.
Oh, come on. Oh, he just missed the freaking three. Anyway, Brandon Miller, I've been rooting for you this whole time, man. You didn't have to do this to me.
we
But
both have though.
I mean, we've been hoping that everything was okay. Oh, he got fouled. I think. No, he didn't. Idiot.
Told us
Anyway.
about the game. Anyways,
So we get this kicked off with Tuesday night. We had the West Coast Conference Championship, Gonzaga and St. Mary's, and Gonzaga was out for blood. I mean, this game was. I tried to watch it, but it was never close. 77-51, but that doesn't even entail how bad it really was. I mean, it was wraps from the start. It was a Drew
one
Timmy
Gonzaga was up by like what 25 with like 5 minutes
31.
left.
They got up 30.
They got up to 31.
Yeah, but anyway, the Drew. It was a Drew Timmy masterclass. He actually became the leading scorer in Gonzaga history. So props to him, tournament legend. I'm hoping the Zags can get him a natty soon because their resume look a lot better if they had a national.
If it ain't this year, I don't know if they'll get one.
Boy, they still recruit good.
I know they
Richmond.
recruit good, but
What? Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was about to talk about the next game.
Okay, go ahead. Well, I don't even care about Gonzaga.
Why are we letting
ahead.
dudes like?
Hey, is Drew Timmy leaving after this season?
Yeah, he's too old now. He's like
He's
25.
Thought he was leaving last year with Chet.
Yeah, he should have. No, I'm just playing. He did a good thing by coming back.
Yeah, he had his best year this year.
Chet should have came back too, but he wouldn't be hurt. Well, he would probably still be hurt. But
Yeah.
Richmond played UMass, absolute blowout. To get the winner of that game got to George Mason, and Richmond won 71-38, and then
Whew.
St. Joseph's and Loyola Chicago. Oh, you want to talk about Richmond or not really?
Oh, whenever we get to when they played us, I'll talk about them.
Okay. Loyola, St.
Wait.
Joseph. St. Joseph's won by 5. Loyola put up a good fight at the end, but it was just not enough. Georgia Tech beat Florida State in a thriller, 61-60.
Great.
Franklin, it was a great game. We watched it on. We were on
watched
stream,
it on
right?
here. Yeah, we
Yeah,
watched
we were
it
on
as it
stream when
ended.
it happened. Yeah. So then we had LaSalle dominate Rhode Island, 73-56. Boston College put it on Louisville. Louisville's very as a friend of that. 80-62. Then we had Mary Mac. They won their tournament, but will not be dancing because the NCAA has a rule that you have to transfer. I mean, from D2 or whatever for 4 years. They're in their 4th year.
Can we talk
That's
about
so.
this? Can we talk about this?
Go ahead.
If you come in and you're already the best team in your conference, I don't see why you should have to wait and why you should have to be penalized, especially for 4 years. Like if it was 1 year, I'd understand a little bit, but like 4 years, bro, that's like a student. That's most students' time at college. So a lot of those kids, exactly, they won't even get a chance.
You're taking away a kid's once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime, do you get to dance in the big dance? And these kids, most of them probably transferred in, whatever. They probably got one shot at this, and you're ruining it because of your stupid rule And it's the same thing with James Madison in football. They were good enough to go to the bowl game. Let them go. And like they can't help that their school decided to go to D1. They can't help.
Yeah, I
That's
hate that.
out of their control. And what are we gonna say? Oh, well, they may need 6 more years because all they did was win their conference. I mean, they did what they're supposed to do. They won the conference. I mean, if I can understand, like you can't get an at-large bid. Like that's fine. I understand that, but you can't make the term after winning your conference. I think there should be a rule in place that if you win your conference, you're in regardless of any rule. Besides, I
Exactly.
mean, obviously, if you're suspended or from postseason play, but
Yeah,
that
I feel like it's no justifiable reason for you to be punished for winning. Unless you're
right,
cheating. Unless you're
Right.
cheating.
right.
Yeah.
But
Did they? Do they have? Sorry. Go ahead.
other than like cheating or like breaking the rules, I feel like there's nothing that you can say that should justify being punished for winning or being punished for being good.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
I was gonna say, do they have like a reason, or do we know like why, or they just have the rule in place?
It's
If
just like
no,
a. I think it varies from like where you like. I think Merrimack was D3 maybe. I think it just varies from where you come from, like what division you come from, maybe. Like if you go D3 to D1, I think you have to probably wait longer. But
okay,
I don't think it's protecting the school because they're still playing regular season games. Like that's the whole thing. Like we want to protect them from like and like give them time to transfer to the new like get a feel of it. But like they're playing in regular season games. You're not protecting them. I mean,
they're beating. They just
they're
beat the number
dominating.
2 team. Right.
Right.
They had the best. I mean, and the fact is, they're not. Yeah, like yeah, they weren't dominant, but like they were good enough to win the whole conference. So I don't
They were
see.
the one seed in
Like
their
yeah, obviously,
conference.
if you throw them in against a 1 seed, yeah, they're gonna get killed. But it's gonna be the same thing if you play a team who's been in the D1 for
You don't
60
think
years.
Fairleigh Dickinson's going to get absolutely
They're
smoked
gonna
by
if they play
Kansas?
Kansas Purdue, they're gonna lose by 42. So it makes no difference, bro.
But for them kids, that I mean, that's a once in a
It's the
lifetime. Like,
experience. Exactly.
right, right. I mean, they know going in. Like,
Strange things have happened in March also.
That's
So
true.
they,
That is
you
true.
never know.
who thought
That's right.
UMBC was going to beat Virginia? I mean,
Right.
never thought that would
Anything
happen.
could
But
happen. I'm just saying the most likely outcome, but it is the experience. So for the kids who deserve it, they worked hard enough to win a conference. They should get
They
that
met the
reward.
requirements to
And
be
the
there.
coaches.
Will be there.
How do you think exactly the coaches as well? Like these guys have probably been coaching there who knows how long,
they
but
coached
they've been there.
31 games plus 4 in their conference tournament to get there, and they can't even get rewarded.
And that's not even before they were D2 or D3, whatever, you know, how long they've been
And
there
you know
since
what's
then.
hurting them even more? You're not protecting them because guess what? Your recruiting's going to get hurt because nobody's going to want to come and get not be able to play in the postseason.
Right.
So you're
Exactly.
really hurting them in the long run because after they get eligible, they're going to have to recruit better, and they'll finally be able to. But those first few years after transition, they're going to be terrible because kids ain't going to come.
Exactly. And
And
who's going to Merrimack? Like who's just willingly
right,
going unless you're from around the area? Nobody.
and if
I
you're
never
that
heard of that
small
school.
anyway,
Me
there's way
neither.
more
I just know
options.
they want to I don't even know where they located at. It's probably up northeast. Who
I'm
knows
sure
though?
it's near New York. It's got to be.
Probably somewhere. I would
Yeah,
assume
I'm thinking
so.
like Virginia, Maryland, somewhere
Oh,
around
it's
there.
not in Virginia. I would know. It's
That boy
probably in
Darren would
like
be going there to play basketball. So
uh I would say it's probably in like Massachusetts or like Pennsylvania maybe.
Somewhere out
I
there.
got you. I'm finna look.
I would say Pennsylvania. That's my guess.
I'm gonna say Illinois. I changed my mind. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I'm going Maryland.
It's in Massachusetts.
Okay. Close enough.
But anyway, that's enough for that rant. I mean, it's just it's a stupid rule.
I hate
If they wanna do it, that's the school's choice. Don't protect them. That's stupid.
Yeah, or at least give the option to like for that rule to be enforced. I agree with that.
Right. Northern Kentucky took on Cleveland State and they beat them and they won their conference. Horizon League. The 5 seed in the tournament, back-to-back champs.
I wanted
College of
Cleveland City
Charles.
to win so bad. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you're a
I wanted
Viking.
Cleveland.
You're a Viking at heart. College of Charleston finished off an amazing season, 31-3, won their conference. They were on the bubble to get an at-large bid. That's how good they were. So I
That's
mean,
crazy.
it takes a lot to do that in that conference.
Hey, whoever runs into them, whatever
Look at
2, 3 seed, I'd be worried.
no, they better be a 13 seed, dude. That resume is too good to be a
Think so?
15. Yes, but I will say the one team that's on upset watch, and I'm gonna be looking close at it. Purdue. If they get a 15 seed, they may be the most likely 2 seed to go down. I'm not a big fan of Purdue. They're they're way overrated for me. Zach Edey's just tall. But anyway, um, that's all for Tuesday. Wednesday,
Tuesday was pretty late.
yeah, it was a lot. Tuesday, wait, did I mention? Oh yeah, Virginia Tech beat Notre Dame to get the NC State. I missed that one. That was a good game too. Did you watch that one?
Virginia Tech.
And Notre
Uh,
Dame, that was a good
no,
one.
I didn't watch it. I just know BT won in a close one.
It was down to the wire. Wednesday, Darren's squad got going. Davidson beat St. Bonaventure pretty handedly. Uh, Wake Forest barely escaped Syracuse. Was down most of the game, and then just kind of finished them off at the end, 77-74. Colorado State took down Fresno State, and then George Mason. George Mason took down Richmond, the former A10 champs Richmond, uh, by
Yeah,
5. Great win. Go
looked
ahead.
bad. This is kind of what I knew would snowball into what happened yesterday. Team came out shooting it horribly. They got Tyler Burton on the other end doing his thing, killing. What happened? Brandon Miller didn't hit.
No, oh, did they finish already? No, I forgot to put in a 6 flex for 30 times. Crap, it's past the time. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So came out real slow, and it was back and forth, close game the whole way. Like we beat Richmond twice in a year, so I knew, they all say it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and when the game is we beat them by 2 twice, I knew it would be close, and then I'm just happy that we pulled it out. I was happy that we even came
Me
out on
too. I
top. We
I
we
fell
we
asleep.
go run in like the last minute and a half, and then we barely pulled it out, but a win is a win. Go.
And of course, Damien didn't get to see that action. He didn't get to see the good side of Jordan
No,
Mason.
you didn't even get to watch
I missed
the.
that.
Uh,
But yeah,
It
that
wasn't
was a good one.
intentional, bro. That's just the way it happened.
I know.
Hey, Brandon Miller just hit. We're one leg away from hitting a 50 piece. That'd be a great, great night. Oscar
Great-
Tshiebwe, 31.5 PRA.
That'd be a great
What?
Friday. That's a good eats.
Great Friday night for you, man.
You know I'm getting me some food with that.
What you getting with that?
Psych,
What you
I'm putting it all back in for championship Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's go! Kind of bet it all and lose it all. Anyway,
Of course.
Pittsburgh took down Georgia Tech. Had an upset coming in this one, but Pittsburgh waited to poop the bed the next day. So we'll get to that in a minute. Colorado took down Washington. Darren was very upset about this.
Yeah, I feel like I had a good pick here. Colorado didn't have their best player, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, I'm a Colorado fanboy apparently. Picked them. Don't know why, because they got blown out by Washington twice. Just had a feeling and picked them, but it worked out for the better. St. John's beat Butler. UNLV beat Air Force. St. Joseph's upset George Washington. Want to talk about that one?
Crazy. I mean, St. Joe's has one of the best scores in the conference. Arguable. I mean, both ends, both teams have A10 Player of the Year candidates. Um, James Bishop for GW, and then Eric Reynolds for St. Joe's. Eric Reynolds just outperformed. He dropped. I want to say he had like 30 something points in the game. Him and Lane Greer both went off. So good game for them, and they won.
Washington State beat California, who's 3-29. You know what would be awesome? this would be so great if they got a tournament together right now of like Louisville, California, all these dudes that have like below 5 wins or like below 7 wins, and made like a 16 team bracket and saw who came out on top. That I would watch that.
Disrespectful, bro. No,
Who's the
that's
best out
so.
of Who's the best loser?
Who's the best loser? And like the one
That's what that
seeds are
would be.
like the worst teams to get the 1 and 2 seed. Bro, that would be so hard. But anyway, DePaul upset Seton Hall. Did not see that one coming at all.
Oh yeah, that one was crazy. That one I actually watched, and it came down to like the goaltend that didn't end up being a goaltend. It was just a block, and then DePaul advanced off that. That was a crazy, crazy finish.
Um, Ole Miss beat South Carolina. Ohio State upset Wisconsin. We said the other day that this would be the farthest point differential in all of the 12 and 13 are like games similar to that. And we were
No, you said that. I
you
seconded it.
you said they didn't have a chance, and you said you loved Wisconsin and
I
how
did
good
love
they were,
Wisconsin.
and
I
how
did.
they were going to make the tournament, win the national championship. Don't act like you didn't
All right.
say all that.
See, now you're doing too much. I said they would beat Ohio State, and then I had them upsetting Iowa. It happens.
Well,
Notice
Ohio
the
State
team.
did.
Exactly. If that was
Don't act.
Wisconsin, they would have got it done too.
No,
Come
they
on.
would not have.
All right,
But
bro.
Damien's squad got going. They took on Boston College, won by
Killed them.
24. This game was a blowout from the
Killed.
start. Caleb Love went crazy. His best
My
friend
God,
RJ Davis went crazy. What?
Caleb Love and RJ Davis. I don't think though. I don't think they're sitting with each other at the lunch table these days.
Oh no,
Yeah.
can't be.
I think they were probably the two happiest people to see the season come to an end. I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing any team bonding activities as of
I
late.
could see them. I could see them two like getting each other's faces on the NBA court next year.
I would love to
Bro,
see
that would
that
be
actually.
something. That would be
Summer
something to see.
League, Summer
Summer
League gonna
League.
be good.
That would be something to see.
Them just going
Are
back.
they
Imagine they
both
get
getting
drafted to the
drafted this
same
year?
squad.
Oh no, that'd be horrible. I think
Are they
they're-
both going to? Are they both going in the draft this year?
I'm sure. Yeah,
I don't know if they'll get drafted though. That's the only thing.
I think one will get drafted. I don't know which one, but I think one of them will get drafted. And one
I
of them
could
will
see
go
Caleb
undrafted.
Love getting drafted. I don't know
If I had to bet my money, I'd say Caleb Love would be the one getting drafted.
He's a better. He distributes the ball better.
and RJ Davis is a little undersized. I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
Well-
not good, but yeah,
You know how that go.
right, yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
harder for him.
How you feel about Armando Baycott? You like Baycott, the big center? Been there for 5 years.
I'm trying to think. Like, it's not to do with the hair, is it? I'm not
It's to
thinking
do with
about
like
him.
the tied down braids. He kind of looks like a turtle.
I know who
Number
you're talking
5.
about. I know you're talking about.
He's number 5. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he cool. He do what he got to do, but I don't really watch college basketball, so I couldn't tell you like what he's specifically good at. Yeah, I couldn't tell you like what he does well, like that.
He's
type
the
stuff.
leading double getter and leading rebound getter in all of North Carolina history. Actually, fun fact.
That's
So
cold.
impressive, but he's been there for 5 years. So I mean,
And those stats be kind of like longevity, like
Yeah,
like Buddy from Detroit
Detroit,
Mercy
you
almost
wanna
took
talk
down the
about that?
record.
yeah.
Detroit Mercy
No, well, the guy who he lost it by like 4 points. Did you see the
Lost it
clip?
by-
of,
bro fought to get it off the court. They were fighting. Did you
exactly.
see
That's
that?
what I was. Yeah.
Bro said he wasn't
Somebody
leaving there without
said-
4 more points.
My God. And they had to escort him off the court. Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny. Yeah. Props to him though. I mean, that record's almost. I think it's untouchable now.
I'm
I
not
really
gonna
do.
lie. After looking into it though, I just want to quickly. Pete Maravich did it in 3 years.
That's
He averaged
ridiculous.
what he averaged 44 1 year, and Antoine Davis has been there for what 5 or 6 maybe.
And he couldn't
And Pete-
break it.
Pete Maravich didn't have a 3-point line.
Dang, that's ridiculous.
So
Well, I think that was the last chance you'll see for that record to be broken, because you won't, like, we had COVID year. That's really why he was there 5 years, and like he got granted another year. So I mean, nobody's getting granted any more years, and there's nobody close to it right now that has an extra year from it. So I really think that record you could name it as untouchable now. But
I agree.
anyway, we got what we do. West Virginia took down Texas Tech. Texas Tech's coach is out. Um, he got suspended for the tournament. Uh, and anyway, he's out. He stepped down as the coach. New Mexico beat Wyoming. LaSalle upset Duquesne. Darren was very surprised with this one.
I
Very
was.
surprised.
I thought. I mean, I went into it saying after that Fordham gets a weak LaSalle team, and LaSalle made it interesting with Fordham, kinda. So
Does
good for them.
Fordham beat Does Fordham beat Dayton tomorrow?
Um, I think how if Dayton plays how they looked last night, yeah. But if they play how Dayton plays, I would take Dayton.
LSU took down your Georgia Bulldogs, Bragg. I mean, what a brutal way to end the season.
That's oh my god. I mean, it was close though for a little bit.
They were the 14th seed. I'd hope it'd be a little close.
Yeah, well, LSU was ranked at a point. To be fair,
Uh, Minnesota upset Nebraska. Darren had Nebraska go into like the quarters. in
no,
this
I had
tournament.
them. Yeah,
To
I
the
made it.
quarters. You had them beating Maryland, which was ridiculous. Stanford
Right.
upset Utah like we both predicted. That was kind of an easy prediction though. Like I don't feel like that was far fetched. Uh, UTSA almost got Rice. Now, UTSA had a terrible year. Darren put all his money on the table for UTSA. They did come up 1 point short, but I mean, it was a great pick. I mean, I have to give it to you.
Thank
St.
you.
Peter's making a magical run. They are the team that made it to the Elite Eight last year is now, I believe they're still in their tournament. Hang on, they were the 10th seed though, and anyway, so they beat the seven, and then they smoked the number 2 seed. And I'm trying to see if it's over yet or not, but
Probably not. Probably in today, I would think.
they no, they're in the semis tonight. They play Marist, the 11th seed. So great shot to get back to the tournament. If they win this one, then they'll get the 1 seed Iona. So that could be
Mm.
kind of a tough game. But we're on
Iona beat them
Thursday.
by 20 both games, but it is
Yeah,
March.
it is March, and St. Peter's has some magic. On to Thursday, Colorado kept it close with UCLA for a long time. Hammond played well for Colorado. Bailey had 26 for UCLA. Kansas took down West Virginia. Not very close in this one. But guess what? West Virginia loses that game. They're 19-14. Let's put them in the tournament. Joe Lenardi, Mountaineer lover. They're not good enough to be in the tournament, Joe. They're not. Okay? I don't care what conference they play in. I don't care that they lost this game by 3 points and not 10. Shut up. They're not good enough. They couldn't even hold it with Kansas in the tournament with no coach Kansas. I know Kansas is great, obviously. And they beat. So we're going to say that West Virginia beating Texas Tech put them in the tournament. Come on now. Come on. Texas Tech, 9 seed in tournament.
Mm.
Clemson had to play a play-in game with a 6 seed last night to get in their tournament, but the 8 and 9 in the Big 12 plays a play-in game. Come on now. And then we're putting Big 10 on a pedestal when the Big 10 sucks. SEC is a little overrated. So I mean, in all reality, there's not a dominant conference in basketball, but the Big 12's dominant.
The Big
But
East,
besides that, the Big East, I mean,
they
kind of,
look
but
bad now
Providence,
too. Though I was gonna say they look kind of bad now too because Marquette could barely hold on against St.
right?
John's, which we'll get into that.
Providence got, I mean, they've got dominated like 3 games in a row. They've got smoked. So definitely, but anyway, Marquette beat St. John's by 2 points in overtime. Oklahoma State gets smoked by Texas. They're out. I think it's safe to say that somehow they're in front of Clemson, but they are out of. I would think they're out the tournament. Arizona smoked Stanford. Um, Iowa State beat Baylor. That was very surprising to me because it's so hard to beat a team 3 times, and I'm not gonna let that go, Darren. I'm not gonna let that go.
That's one of the dumbest sayings I've ever heard.
Damien, this is the scenario, okay?
All
So
right.
everybody's an NC State fan because they like NC. I don't know why. Clemson, they're the 3 seed, and everybody thinks they're just overrated. They just played an easy ACC schedule. They beat North Carolina State by 14 at home, on the road by 25. Everybody, every bracket I saw picked NC State. You want to know their reasoning? You want to know their reasoning? Because
It's
it's
hard to beat a
hard
team
to
three
beat a
times.
team 3 times. Sometimes one team's better than the other. When you beat them by 26 the third time, 3 different arenas, won by a combined total of 55 points. Sometimes one team is better than the other. But you
Yeah,
know what? I'd love to play them
I
again.
don't know if I'm ready to say Clemson better than NC State. Maybe they just got lucky. I don't know if that's right. If that's the
It's
right.
hard to beat a team 4 times. Let's put them together. Let's let them
Hey,
play in the regional.
let's let them
Hey,
let them
if
play
they
with
get them 4, then we'll give it to them.
the best team.
Yeah, if they get them
Right.
let them
4,
play with
then
the
maybe. Well, we
I
might
mean,
give it.
what you have to beat a team at home, on the road, and at 2 neutral sites, not just one.
Yeah, just
Not
2.
good enough at not
NC
good enough
State
at
just had a
one.
bad. They just had a few bad shooting nights.
jet lag,
Not to
jet lag,
mention Greensboro's right up the road from Raleigh. I mean, it's not far, and
jet
basically
lag.
another home game.
They ain't used to being that far from home, man. Jet
They
Right.
lag.
had their 5th leading scorer out. They
Right.
needed him. Like, let him get healthy, then run it back. Then we can tell.
Makes no sense, but it's hard to beat a team 3 times, of course. But UConn backdoor cover by Providence. Okay, so I saw a lot of people have Providence plus 7.5. This game was a blowout the whole game. Providence backdoor covers, and
Man,
gets it within 7. That was a backdoor cover.
no, I'm saying I feel bad for all my people who didn't or who played UConn because UConn was the
Yeah,
obvious winner the whole
yeah.
game.
They probably took their starters out. That sucks. But TCU, hey, what a pick by me. What a pick. Upset Kansas State. Great pick. Darren said there was no chance that would happen.
I didn't say that. I just said I thought Kansas State was better. So good pick though. It's a good one.
North Carolina and Virginia played last night. This one was a really good game. So like Virginia Virginia did what they do. They play a bunch of defense, they keep the scoring low, and then at the end when you tired and you can't defend anymore, they take over. And that's what they did last night. They led the game kind of most of the game by like 4 or 5 points. At the end, they just finished it off with like a dagger and one, and that was it. That was all she wrote. So like I hope it's a different story tonight. I hate playing Virginia. It's like watching paint dry, watching them play. Oh, they're just so annoying with their defense and their stupid crap. But I hope we can win. Wake Forest, Wake Forest almost upset Miami.
Mm,
This one's
yeah.
misleading though because Miami was up by like 13 with like 4 to go, and Wake got hot. Appleby started hitting some deep shots and got it within 2, but they missed the buzzer beater for the win. It hit off the backboard and missed, but it was a great game. O'Meara had a double double for Miami. Then DePaul almost got Xavier.
That
Almost
was
took
a
out our
good game.
champ
That was a
or
good
my.
game.
That was a good game, very good game. I did not tune in, but I did watch the score. Tennessee took down Ole Miss. Expected that was not supposed to be close. Colorado State almost got San Diego State. San Diego State survived at the end with a 3-3 to win it. Right? Am I right on that one?
Who were we talking about?
San Diego State. They won on a buzzer beater yesterday, or not a buzzer beater, but right at the buzzer.
Free throws. I thought it was free throws. They hit.
It may be. It may be. I may be wrong. Duke obliterates Pittsburgh, 96-69. I mean, the game was never close. Never close.
Nah.
Pittsburgh was supposed to. This is how close Pittsburgh draw could have been. Pitt was, if they would have won at Miami, they'd have been the 1 seed in the tournament. But when they lost to Miami, they fell to the 5 seed. Like, that's how tight the first 5 teams in the ACC are. But, and then Clemson beat NC State last night by 26. Here's my problem. I'm going to go on a little rant here. A little rant. Joe Lunardi and his fat little self. Excuse me. That was me.
Dude.
Sorry. Joe Lunardi and his stupid self has his stupid bracketology. Last night, yesterday, NC State and Pittsburgh both were like last 4 teams with the bye or whatever they call it. So that's fine yesterday. They had to play the game still, right? Okay. NC State gets hammered by Clemson by 26. Pittsburgh gets beat by Duke by 27. Guess what? They're both locks now. This morning, they became locks in the tournament after losing by that much. Guess what? Clemson's still not in the tournament. They're not even in it. They're in the first 4 out now. They moved up 6 spots to the first 4 out. Wow, Joe. You know, one would think all your stupid little metrics, you let 2 or 3 losses hold somebody down. But what you fail to realize is that one team beat the other 3 times. 3 times. Why are they a lock? Why do they deserve, I think they should be a tournament team because they can shoot it with the best of them. But the team that's beat them 3 times and has a better record, has a better quad 1 record, has a better quad 2 record, and is somehow not higher than them in the net, but how are they not in? I know it's not just head-to-head between them two, but it kind of is because Clemson should take NC State's place, especially if you win by 26. I mean, am I wrong?
No, I agree. But also, Joe Lunardi don't make the bracket.
No, he doesn't. He's actually the 88th most, or they have like 140 that do them, and they have a website that ranks like how close they are to the actual bracket at every year. He's ranked 88th out of 140. I don't know why ESPN has him hired. They should hire somebody more credible than that.
Should they hire you?
I mean, I would hire me. I mean,
are you more?
I'm not stupid. I would be more accurate. I'm not going to put Clemson's a 1 seed. They're a 10 seed or a 9 seed, but they're one heck of a matchup for that 8 seed. Just saying. But Kansas is the first overall seed. They're the best team. Alabama should be a 1 seed if they win their tournament. Well, not if they win their tournament. They should be a 1 seed, period. UCLA, the winner of UCLA and Arizona, probably deserves a 1 seed. And then, I don't know.
Purdue.
I mean, let the last 1 seed go to Purdue or whoever whoever looks hottest, really. I don't think Purdue's a 1 seed, but they may get it just because of the.
I think Texas could battle for that 1 seed. If Texas win their tournament, I think they should get a 1 seed too.
Yeah, I think so because if they beat, Kansas can't. If Kansas loses that game, I don't think they fall from a 1 seed, but I think it boots Texas up into the 1. I mean, it's a good conversation.
I would love to see Texas and Purdue. I think Texas would kill Purdue.
Oh,
maybe not. Okay, maybe not kill them, but they would win.
I think they would beat them pretty handedly. Honestly.
A fully healthy Texas team, because they weren't even fully healthy last night, and they look pretty good against Oklahoma State.
And guess what? Michigan and all their great bubble concern gets smoked by Rutgers yesterday. 12 points, not even close. East Carolina turns the tide on South Florida and beats them by 15. They lost twice to them this year. Was never close either. But they found whatever they needed. They almost got a triple double out of Walker. Impressive to say the least. Mississippi State beat Florida in overtime. They just actually got put out the tournament by Alabama. Ohio smoked Ball State. Saw that one coming. George May. Moment of silence for our fallen soldiers. George Mason was defeated by St. Louis. We won't mention the score. It was a great game.
Lost by 28.
All you need to know. Oh, wow. Wow.
Wasn't
brought it
close.
up. He brought
Wasn't
it up.
close.
It was never close. Let me. First half
It
comes.
started out close. It was
Ah,
25 to
look,
25 at
we
one point.
for the first 10 minutes of the game, or maybe it was like first 10 minutes, back and forth. We even had the lead for a good portion of the game. Then, like second 10 minutes, can't score. They drilling threes, not missing. Second half comes, we're down like 13 to start. All of a sudden, miss, foul, foul. They're not missing. This team looks like the Warriors. We look like the G League Warriors, and they killing us.
The
And so,
Sparks, or whatever their name is.
though I don't even know, but yeah. So props to St. Louis. I mean, they were the better team. Do I think they'll win a tournament? Not at all. I think VCU will kill them. But good luck to them, I guess.
I
Good luck
just
to them.
it was 20. It was 25 to 25 at one point, and St. Louis finished the game winning 57 to 30 or 29. So I mean, just really
Here's
crushing
why.
opinion.
Here's why I'm not even more upset, because in reality, VCU is going to win the whole tournament, in my opinion. So
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
think
even really. Yeah, VCU is by far probably the best team in the conference. So
What was you saying, Damien?
Oh no, I wasn't saying that.
Oh, I thought you said something. Ohio State upset Iowa. That was really a tough one for me. Because I am an Iowa fanboy. I really like the way their offense plays in football, and it kind of just translates over to basketball.
no, it's crazy because they're like complete opposites.
They are. They are
You got
complete
Iowa who
opposites.
puts up like 80 points a game in basketball, and then they put up like 10 in football.
They scored 7 with no touchdowns. I mean,
I remember that. Against what team? North Dakota State or somebody like that?
I think it was South Dakota State, maybe, or South Dakota. The Jackrabbits, whichever one's the Jackrabbits.
That's the state, South Dakota State.
Yeah, UCF beat SMU 76-70. That game should never have been close, but it was. Kent State, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're probably going to win their tournament, in my opinion. Dayton took down St. Joseph's. Nevada was upset. Really good for my bubble Tigers. Very good for them. Uh, Oregon beat Washington State. Very surprising to me. I did not see that one coming. I honestly didn't. I thought Oregon was very overrated, but they won the game and they move on to play UCLA today. Grand Canyon. Well, no, we didn't predict that. Why am I talking about that? Grand Canyon. Penn State upset Illinois. I said the other day that I just felt like this was going to happen, and it did. Uh, Pretty good analysis there. Akron broke the scoreboard on Buffalo. 101. Scored 101 on
Buffalo,
Buffalo.
yeah, I think Buffalo runs at like the highest pace. We played Buffalo earlier in the year, and they beat us at a neutral
Huh?
site. Buffalo beat
I
us.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Buffalo runs at breakneck pace, bro. They up and down. So it'll be easy. I mean, obviously, it was easy for Akron to put up 100. 100 in
They,
the college game is wild.
oh, I had a funny story. Yesterday, I was looking in the comments of something, and some South Carolina fan was trying to troll Clemson basketball, saying they lost to Loyola, who's the worst team in the MVC. And somebody commented and said they're actually the worst team in in the A10, a much more competitive conference. So, props to your A10 game.
Thank you. Shout out to the
Although
18.
it still didn't make that sound any better. But
No,
um,
it does. The A10 is better than the MVC. Like, yeah,
oh
maybe
well,
Drake.
yeah. If they were 15th in the MVC, we probably wouldn't be considered for the tournament.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Arkansas beat Auburn. Darren had this one predicted pretty spot on. Middle Tennessee State beat Charlotte. Did not see that one coming. Uh, Wait, is Middle Tennessee State playing? Did they just get done?
They just lost to FAU.
They made them boys play last night, and then get up this morning and play at 12 o'clock. That's messed up. That is messed up.
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't be wanting to get up. It's like, if I was playing
They
that tournament,
almost
I wouldn't
won,
want
though.
to get up.
They almost won.
Props to them. Props to them. Fordham beat LaSalle. Vanderbilt beat LSU. North Texas beat Louisiana Tech, who you had upsetting them.
Who did?
You had Louisiana Tech upsetting North Texas.
Did I?
I can't remember.
Oh
Boise
wait, no, I
won.
had North Texas playing. I had North Texas playing UAB, and they're playing right now.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
I picked. I'll tell you what I picked out of that too. Yeah, I picked North
Maryland.
Texas.
Oh, gotcha. Maryland beat Minnesota easily. Uh, Utah State beat New Mexico. Now we're to today. Big games today. Ohio State is actually smoking Michigan State right now, up by 9. Uh, that's smoking, Darren. Don't smile at me like that.
No, I know.
And
I
that's
know.
really the only game. Alabama's already won today. They beat Mississippi State. East Carolina lost to Houston. Sasser dropped 30, 24 in the second half. Um, Purdue beat Rutgers barely. Then Florida Atlantic barely beat Middle Tennessee. I think that was kind of Florida Atlantic's wake up call. They'll go win the tournament now. We got Ohio State, Michigan, as I just mentioned. UAB and North Texas just started up, and Tennessee and Missouri. So lots of weekend basketball coming up. I hope I'm one happy guy um, after tonight. History says I won't be. My heart says I will be, but you gotta listen to your heart. I probably shouldn't, but
Gotta listen to your heart. You gotta listen to your heart.
I listened to my heart, and you saw how that worked.
in the past with Clemson basketball, when I've listened to my heart, I've been heartbroken plenty of times. But I'm ready to be hurt again. So
As
so
long
I'm
as you're
going all in.
expect the worst.
Oh, I was expecting the worst last night, and now all last night did was get me less worried about tonight because we played so well. So I'm sure I'm going to get heartbroken, but maybe not. I'm hoping not. I mean, if we can have a shot to play for the ACC, they really can't keep us out of the tournament. And we've never won an ACC championship in basketball, so that would be amazing. So that would be cool. But I mean, I'd rather get Miami than Duke, so I hope Miami wins today. But
Would you go
that's
to an ACC championship game?
I've considered it. It starts at 8:30 tomorrow night. If it would have started at 6:30, I would have went, or I would be going for sure. I
Where
may
is
still
it?
go. I haven't. It's in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's about 4.5 hours from here. I I'm still considering it. I mean, obviously we have to win the night, but tickets aren't that bad, and I just got a lot of money from the school, so I'm thinking about it. May hop on my private jet, but anyway,
Mm.
uh,
Now
let's
Swainsboro
talk about the
definitely
what?
got it.
Let's talk
Swainsboro.
about you for a second, Damien. I mean, your brand. Your. I mean, I'm new to all this. I wanna listen to you talk about it. I hadn't even.
Word. Yeah, yeah. I haven't been really like publicizing it lately or as of late. It's just been on like some if you know, you know. But yeah, so the name is Purfa Dreamland, PURFA Dreamland. And I chose that name because the brand is kind of like it's the motivation and inspo was my granny who passed away in 2015, and that's how her favorite color was purple, and that's how she used to say it. So I kind of just took that and ran with it, and you know, I have a website soon. You know, I'm working on that, and I just been trying to, put my energy and time into something that's creative and something that I enjoy doing at the end of the day. And like this is one of my hoodies that I made. I'm wearing right now. Um, but yeah, like you got anything specific you want me to answer? Like any specific questions?
No, I was just listening. I mean, Darren, man, I just
Can I
want
get
a
the merch?
rundown on it.
What's the word on the merch? How much is the
So
merch?
Yeah, what's the word?
merch.
What's the merch?
Look, hit it. What's the word?
Word on
So I sell my hoodies. If I was to make a hoodie, I would sell it for 50 and t-shirts for 25. And like I said, y'all can hit me up and I can show y'all what I got so far. Y'all could be on the exclusive
it.
members who rocking the unreleased.
Of course.
You know.
What's the word? Do you have an idea when all this is like dropping? Are you gonna make it public or
So like I have I have means of like creating stuff. I can create stuff, but as far as like me going public and like dropping and it becoming like a full like merchandising store, it'll be sometime around like this summer,
Okay.
mid to late summer, early fall at the latest.
But
So, crap, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm thinking.
I think he was done.
Yeah,
Oh. uh oh, do you have like an Instagram? Like, is that your app for your Instagram? Like, is that where you sell
that's
all
the
your stuff
act
right now?
Yeah, y'all go follow him for
Go
sure.
follow. Go follow him. The
Support the
ads
brand.
on the stream. Um.
Yeah.
So do you do like custom like stuff, or do you just have like certain stuff you do right
Um,
now? Like you ain't doing
really,
stuff.
I
It's
do
probably
is yeah, like so right now like I design my like I got my logo and I make my designs for my clothes and I print it out, I cut it out, and then I press it on my clothes. So basically doing it manually and not having like a manufacturer do it. But that's for right now though. The further I get, the more advanced and
right.
more detailed stuff will be.
I was gonna
That's
say,
awesome.
do you think if you if it ever like does, get popular, would you ever consider taking it to that level?
A
Of
manufacturer.
yeah,
Yeah, it definitely will make it easier on me with having a bigger brand. But since right now I'm small and I'm just getting into it, it's easier for me to like kind of control everything and make everything because it's not a hassle. It's not really much of a load. But when it does get to that point, then yeah, I definitely will have manufacturers that I'm working with, and to make sure that I have good quality product.
right.
And it's probably a little bittersweet to like kind of give that over to like a manufacturer because like you've worked hard, like you feel like that's yours, like that's
Right,
what you got, like that's handmade, like that's kind of your selling point. Like I do all this myself, like,
right.
and
Yeah,
obviously at some point you have to give it over. Like that's just kind of how it goes. Like you can't just keep doing that, especially once it starts growing and expanding. Like you can't keep doing it over and over. I mean, you would work
Yeah,
yourself to death, like you obviously, but it's got to be a little bittersweet, probably.
yeah. It's kind of like it's like I groomed this child and I've raised it and now I'm giving it to you to put out
Right.
into the world. I'm
yeah,
depending on you to make it what I want it to be.
Right. And
right.
like right now, like when people buy your stuff, like when they purchase something, like it's from you, like they know it's from you. Like a lot of times, I feel like when it gets to that point, like you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like you don't get as much credit, maybe as you would like just selling it from your
Right,
Instagram or like hand, you know.
right, and yeah, you're right. But for me, it's not like I would be lying if I said it's not about the credit. But in a sense, to me, like even though they would be like quote unquote making it, I still would feel that sense of this is my idea, this is my brand, this is my legacy, sort of. So I
Right.
I, I don't say like of course you could they like a manufacturer would take some credibility away, but it you still as a creator you still have that sense of pride and like I created this and I did this, but they just put it where I wanted it to be.
Hmm.
Right. Um. So like, how have your sales went so far? Like how much of you like? I mean, not you ain't got to get me down to the numbers, but like, has it been like profitable so far, or like you just kind of like trying to make it out of that, or like?
I can say I have since I started like actually selling stuff. I can say each time that I've because with me being in Atlanta and being in school, I only have like a certain like minimum time that I'm working like actually like working on making clothes. But the times that I do go home and I do have the time, I can always say I've made more money than I spent for that certain period. So
Right.
that's always that's just a good sign for me. Like I ain't making crazy money, but I'm making more than what I'm putting into it, so
Right.
Yeah.
enough
And
to enough to make me keep going.
you like buy these like the clothing items that you design, like do you buy them from like in bulks, or like do you just go pick up something and
Yeah. What I got in bulk. I couldn't tell you where I got it from because I don't remember, but I know like I get like a load of t-shirts in a certain color, or sometimes I might just buy a single t-shirt just to throw an idea that I've been
right?
thinking, like I want to see how it would look, and I'll just do it like that. But yeah, pretty much I'm buying in bulk.
That's cool, yeah. Like going like I would have never like pinned you as like a designer, but like it actually makes a lot of sense. Like you actually doing it now, like makes a lot of sense. Like I never thought about it like that, but because
Right.
like, design is one of them things where you like you grow up like you see teacher, you see this, you like you don't ever think like designer, but like I
Right.
mean it definitely fits like who you are, like your
Right.
personality, your creativity.
Right. And yeah, it was kind of like an idea that came over me when I was in high school. I want to say like maybe my junior year or 10th grade year. Like I always liked clothes, but I never really paid much attention to it because, bro, the prices are outrageous. I'm not like, it's crazy to how much clothes cost nowadays. So,
Mm,
but
yeah.
it was kind of like, okay, but I can design my own clothes. I can make my own clothing brand and do whatever I want with it. And like the more time goes on, you start taking the thoughts more serious and like, hold on, maybe I actually could do this. And I just roll with it.
And that was kind of that. Yeah, that's kind of what our idea was with this like podcast. Like me and Darren like would talk for hours at a time about just sports, and like it was just kind of like, why are we just doing this? Like why not try to put it out there and see maybe people like it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
worth a shot because we're gonna talk about it anyways.
Yeah,
So why
Might
and,
not?
as well.
and and that's the thing about doing something you love or like something you like to do. Because it's a chance that nobody cares about what y'all talking about, or it's a chance that nobody likes what the clothes that I drop. But I know in my heart that I'm dropping this because I actually want to do it, or y'all coming on stream because y'all actually want to talk to each other about these things. So it's like in a way you could easily get discouraged by people not liking the content that you make, but if you making the content for yourself and you happy with the content that you make, then nobody can tell you otherwise.
Right,
Yeah.
like yeah, like I mean, I'm sure you experienced some of this too. Like the social media side of this stuff is like it's hard. Like it's very hard to like get kind of a base like following and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But like all you need like is one big break, because then like you get a certain amount and then people just start following you for no reason. Like they just gonna click and hit follow like when they see you. So like it's all about like
Yep.
just enjoying it right now. Like you ain't gonna do something that you don't enjoy. Like we could not do this podcast and just give up on it. I mean, we could. It would probably. I mean, would
Yeah.
save time. But like at the end of the day, all it takes is just one good podcast, one good clip of a podcast, blow up one time, and that's wraps. Like
Right.
that's it.
Yeah.
Or
That's what you need.
the right person sharing the clip, or that's why you keep going, because if you stop, you will never be able to find that moment. You'll never be able to find your break. And it's
Right.
And
it's
then
beauty in like building something up and knowing that, like, bro, I put in so much work and so much time, and like to see it grow from just an idea to like an empire. It's like it's beauty in that. So it's like, and plus y'all are closer to where y'all want to be than closer than beginning and starting over
Yeah.
again. So
right, and that was the whole thing. Like I've always listened to podcasts. Like that was my like when I ride, I mean, I listen to music, but like for the most part, I'm gonna be listening, especially this time of year. Like I'm gonna be listening to somebody's take on basketball. I'm gonna be listening to somebody's take on baseball, football. Like I love to listen to that stuff. Like I always thought, like man, in the back of my mind, like starting a podcast will be good, and like knowing the our mine and Darren's just minds for sports. I mean, like we don't like watch every NCAA basketball game, but for the most part, just for betting on it and just like kind of just taking in every just news from it, you kind of get a feel for everything, and you
Yeah.
just, I mean, you just kind of, I mean, there's no point in not putting that out there because I feel like there's not a ton. There's great minds in sports, but like to have an understanding and like just a ridiculous sports vocabulary really, and like just knowing every little thing, it's not easy. I mean, obviously. So like when you have that blessing, like when you're blessed with a talent like that to be able to break stuff down, I feel like why not use it for like better? Like why just sit at home and call my dad and talk about it, or why call Darren and talk about it when I could talk about it, put it out there, and then when people want to start listening, because there's gonna be a day we gonna I believe there's gonna be a day where we reach our goal and somebody enjoys what we do. Like I believe that day's coming. Like I'm not giving up. Like I'm not gonna say, well, this ain't ever gonna go anywhere because I know it will. Like I know this stuff's interesting. Like we're trying to get the feel of how to do it and how to like we're just learning really.
Yeah,
Like
you
we're
and
just
you gotta
hands-on.
put in the perspective that this is what year 1, year 2 for y'all on this year.
Not even year
Really,
two.
year
It's like
one.
half a
Really,
year.
year one. Yep.
Right.
Right. So that's the thing. Like it's year 1, so y'all got time to grow. Y'all got room to grow. You know, I say from me to y'all, I would just say, man, like enjoy it, man. Take in all these moments of being on this side because once you get to the other side, it's a
It's a
lot that
lot.
come with it. Yeah, it's a
For
lot
sure.
that come with it. So
Yeah.
just enjoy these moments, you know what I'm saying, and dream big, you know what I'm saying, because there's no limitation on how far you can go
And yeah,
unless you put one on yourself.
like it becomes more corporate, obviously, but like my um the people I look up to, like I don't know if you know John Boy Media, they do baseball. I mean, they were just like me and Darren, like the two guys that just loved baseball, and they just started talking one day on a podcast, and now they got a multi-millionaire company. I mean,
Right,
they run a clothing line, they run
right.
different podcasts for every team, different sports. I mean, they play games in their warehouse, and they got another channel for that, and they got revenue coming in from all these different
That's
places
their job.
just because.
That is what they do
Right.
to make a living. That's
Right.
crazy.
They go every
They
day like you go every day to talk about sports. I don't know about you, but like that ain't no job. That I mean, I could do that.
Literally.
I mean, I'm gonna do that anyway.
they, they,
I'm gonna
they
talk
turn
about
their
sports
hobby
anyway.
into a way of life. They turn
Right.
right.
And in the
And
day and
sport
age we're
and
in, the
within sports.
modern. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You got it.
All right. Within sports is it's always a topic. Like it's always something
Right.
happening, something to talk about. And yeah, it might be a lot of people who can talk about sports, but it's not the fact of what you're saying or like what you're talking about. It's the fact of like we want to hear different takes on it, like different sides. You know what I'm saying? Like we want
I
to hear
Right.
also feel like,
different opinions.
yeah, I was gonna say, I also feel like whenever you start to watch a podcast over and over and over, you kind of start to understand how people think, and then you kind of grow a connection with even that person. Like y'all don't know each
Right.
other at all, but oh, I think the same. Me and this guy have the same favorite NBA team. We think the same about this player. So like it almost kind of builds like more interest, and you kind of want to hear what they have to say at a certain point.
Right.
And
And
I think
that's
that's dope.
yeah. And like you gotta really in the industry, you just gotta discover your thing. Like you see these clips on TikTok of these guys doing drafts with random stuff or having random set like you find your thing that people enjoy that you do and nobody else does. And it comes to you eventually. Like I couldn't tell you one thing that we do differently right now, but eventually that idea is gonna come. You keep learning, you keep working, and eventually you're gonna run across something that, oh man, like nobody does that. Like that's my thing. And once you get that and people start knowing you for that thing, and then they start tuning in for everything else. And when it get I mean, and then I mean it just starts growing and growing and growing. So I mean you just gotta really just keep grinding. That's the real I mean, that's just part of it.
And that's
Yeah.
with anything.
Yeah,
And
because
Yeah, I mean,
nothing worth doing or nothing worth like having comes easy. Like
no.
it's all about hard work and how much work you're willing to put in.
yep.
Yeah, and that's like when I'm going to work on communication. I'm going to college for communications. I got 2 more years, and I'm gonna be hands on with videography, photography, announcing, broadcasting. Like I'm gonna learn all about that stuff, and then that stuff I can bring to my brand, our brand, and make that just that much better. And then,
Right.
I mean, you just gotta, I mean, keep learning, keep growing, and it just, I mean, cause you gonna grind for a job. Like I could right now just settle down and be an accountant, but I don't want to do that. That's not gonna make me happy. What
Going to
makes me
work every
happy is
day,
sport.
getting off at 5, getting paid every
Right.
week. Yeah.
But it's
Sorry.
great to see you doing what you're doing. Like you're not just settling down, just falling into like, whatever, like what everybody does. Like you being yourself, you're making your own brand. Like that's just really good to see, man. Like I love to see
And
that
same
myself.
same with y'all, man. Same with y'all. Y'all ain't as far as y'all want, but as a fan, like on the outside looking in, man, y'all took out of bounds. Like it's came a long way. It's still ways to go, but it's
Yeah.
y'all done a lot with this in the short amount of time y'all have been doing it, man. I can't say I watch every single minute of every single podcast or every single stream, but I do tune in when I can, and like it's always good. It's always good content.
I remember, shoot, remember when we was on, what was that, Podbean? That was what we was recording off
Podbean,
of? And we
doing
didn't even have
Spotify
cameras.
podcast.
We didn't even have cameras.
No,
We
we
had
didn't
to,
have.
I would have to, he would start it and I would have to call in. He'd have to invite me like that.
Right.
Like, it was just, yeah.
But see, it's the moments like that that you look back on when you get to the point that you want to be at. Like you look back on those
It's
type
like,
moments.
man, it's crazy how we started there and now we're here.
Hold up, bro.
Right, and like we have all these different effects we can use, and like just stuff we discovered. And I mean, I really,
Yeah,
but
I can't wait. We'll get to that point.
yeah, we gonna get there, man. I mean, we
I'm
just need
not.
that one break. I mean,
I'm
that's
not stressing that. At this point, I'm just doing it to because we enjoy it. We just talking, we having a normal conversation in front of a camera.
right,
And then
and we
eventually,
gonna
people going to want to hear whether it comes from us being accurate, whether it comes from us being entertaining. We find that segment like you was talking about, and then from there on out, it's like a light switch, and then it's
yeah,
out from there.
no doubt, no doubt. We kind of feel
So
some time here. Uh, so prediction. We'll just go with some predict while we're trying to fill time before he gets back and do a little outro. Um, we can do some predictions for tonight. I know we have our brackets, and they've already heard our brackets, but it'll be kind of a refresher. Tennessee. Oh, you had Missouri, didn't you?
I
Over
did have
Tennessee.
Missouri winning this game, and they are down right now.
They are down, but if Tennessee gets hot, they're tough to beat. Then we got UConn and Marquette. Very good games tonight. Very good games tonight. UConn and Marquette play tonight. What's your
We
take on
both
that
had
one?
UConn, no?
Yeah, we did. We have upset
Yeah,
right
I
here.
like
UConn.
UConn, especially after the first round. UConn looked way more decisive, way more. They just looked
Efficient.
better. Like I think Marquette's game was actually good because they hadn't played in like a few days. It was good to kind of get back in the feel, and then playing a team like that, a team like St. John's can upset anybody. The pace they
No
run
doubt.
at. And I feel like they're like, I feel like I said that. Did I not say that? They're kind of like a baby Marquette. St.
Yeah,
John's is.
yeah.
So it was
You said Marquette's St. John's on
on
steroids,
steroids.
basically.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll take UConn to end that for
Any
Marquette.
any any chance Iowa State takes down Kansas tonight? Any chance at all?
It's definitely a chance. I feel like the Big 12, anything can happen. Like, yes,
I think
Kansas
so
is
too.
the top dog. Texas is really good too.
I'm
But I
back,
think,
y'all. My bad for that.
no, you good.
You good?
I'll take. I would still take Kansas, but it wouldn't really shock me if Iowa State won.
Yeah, this will be. Let's get some predictions from those. I mean, this will be a fun little segment. All right, I'm
Hey,
gonna just use it.
hey,
I'll give you the seeds and if they're ranked or not in the country and kind of help you on that.
Don't even.
Tennessee,
Just tell me the teams. I just want to pick between the teams.
No, I'm gonna note this down. I want to see what he says.
I'm feeling dicey.
Darren, you got the games?
I want to know what he says. I just want to see how accurate his picks is.
I meant pulled up. I got to check my door. Somebody just knocked on my door.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Just start at Tennessee and Missouri.
Okay. So Tennessee and Missouri right now. They're playing right now.
I like Tennessee.
Okay. Next one I'll do is UConn and Marquette.
Give me Marquette.
Okay. Next, Penn State and Northwestern. Wait, let me know. I'm gonna just type these in my notes, hold up, because I want to see how accurate you are. So you said first one. You said Tennessee over Missouri.
Yeah, Tennessee.
You said Marquette.
Marquette, yeah.
And then Northwestern and Penn State.
Northwestern.
Okay. Duke and Miami.
Ooh, give me Miami.
No.
Give me Duke. Give me Duke. I'm taking Duke.
I'll tell you this: Duke is favored in the game by 2.5.
Yeah, give me Duke. I remember y'all telling me they got hot. They got.
They are the hottest team, I would say, in the conference right now. Iowa State and Kansas. We'll do this one: UCF and Memphis. And then we have Arkansas, Texas A&M.
Ooh, I like Arkansas. I'm gonna have to go with Arkansas. Now.
Then we got Oregon and UCLA.
UCLA.
Taking UCLA. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking UCLA.
Wichita State and Tulane. I don't know if you.
Wichita
State.
Just because I know they had that sweet run a few years back.
They are a March team. They're a March team. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Maryland and Indiana.
Maryland. Yeah, Maryland. I'm gonna stand with Maryland. I'm gonna stand on Maryland.
Creighton and Xavier. I'll do this one. San Jose State and San Diego State.
Ooh, give me San Diego State.
We got
these are games today.
Yeah, these are all today. Clemson and Virginia.
I'm gonna go Clemson.
Taking Clemson. I will tell you, I took I had UNC winning this game, so then I took Clemson from there. I think now I'd probably take Virginia though, honestly. But if you go on Clemson,
yeah, I'm gonna go Clemson, man.
Okay, Vanderbilt and Kentucky.
Look, keep in mind, I don't know I don't know ground information except for what we talked about on the stream.
I'll tell you the picks that you made. I'll tell you how many of these I agree with after TCU and Texas.
Texas.
And then last game, Arizona State and Arizona.
Ooh, Arizona.
Okay, so I'll tell you how many of these. Wait, is there one more? Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Yeah, we can do this one too. Utah State and Boise State.
Give me Utah State.
Okay, so I'll tell you how many of these I have also. So Tennessee and Missouri. I picked Tennessee. You picked Missouri. Or wait, no, I picked Missouri. You picked Tennessee.
Yeah,
I picked Missouri.
Who that game going right now? Who up?
Tennessee's up 3. 8 minutes left in the first half. UConn and Marquette. You picked Marquette. I had UConn, but Marquette is the 1 seed. UConn is the 4. So they could really go either way.
Yeah.
Penn State, Northwestern. I have Northwestern. Duke and Miami. I have Miami, but I'm not gonna lie. The way Duke been looking, I would have picked Duke.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta stick with that one. Dude, I think Duke might do it just off the simple fact that y'all said they hot and it's March and Miami don't play no defense.
Yeah, Duke could. It wouldn't like. I expect Duke to win. I think Miami winning it would be an upset. Kansas and Iowa State. I have Kansas. So Kansas doesn't have their coach. That's the only reason I'd be like skeptical about them. Otherwise, I still have them. Memphis and UCF. I have Memphis. Arkansas and A&M. Who did I pick? Because that one, or I think that one could go either way. You picked Arkansas. I had A&M, but if Arkansas won, I wouldn't be shocked. Oregon and UCLA. I didn't have Oregon making it this far. I had Washington State, but I would have still picked UCLA. Wichita and Tulane. Who did I pick? That one I don't. I had Wichita and Tulane. I had Wichita State with you.
So it seemed like it's
really not bad picks.
Yeah.
It's only a couple. Maryland and Indiana. You picked Maryland. Yeah, I have Indiana winning that whole tournament. The Big Ten. I like Indiana a lot. I didn't even have Maryland making it this far, actually. I don't think. I don't really like Maryland as a team. Creighton and Xavier. You had Xavier. Who did I pick? I think I had Xavier making it to the tournament or the other. Oh yeah, so I had Villanova beating Creighton, and then Creighton beat Villanova. So I originally had Xavier and Villanova, but I'll still take Xavier, I think. And then San Jose and San Diego State. I went San Diego State. Clemson, Virginia. Yeah, I'll go Virginia. Clemson looked good though. They did look real good. And then Vanderbilt, Kentucky, I went Kentucky. TCU and Texas, I went Texas. And then Arizona State, Arizona. And then Utah State, Boise State. I think I went Boise State in the final. I had Utah State with you. So we're literally only different on like 2 or 3 picks.
Run me down the picks. Sorry, that took.
So, all right. He went Tennessee over Missouri, Marquette over UConn, Northwestern over Penn State, Duke beating Miami, Kansas over Iowa State, Memphis over UCF, Arkansas over Texas A&M.
I respect
UCLA over Oregon. If you want to say anything on these, you can. Wichita State over UCLA over Oregon.
Okay.
Wichita State over Tulane. Maryland over Indiana.
I respect it, honestly.
Xavier over Creighton.
Yeah.
San Diego State over San Jose State. Clemson over Virginia.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that pick.
I'm confident in that one too. I don't know why, but I'm very confident. I'm never confident about Clemson.
Kentucky over Vanderbilt. Texas over TCU.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona over Arizona State. And then Utah State over Boise State.
Nice.
And I like those.
I did have Boise. I know you. Did you have Utah State?
I had Utah State.
Of course you did. Aggie lover. He is an Aggie lover, dude. Like,
and I
loves
Texas
Utah State.
A&M.
And football too. Man picked Utah State to win their conference. They went 7-5. They lost to Who was it
In what? The
in
bowl
football
game?
at the start of the season? No, they lost. Remember that terrible school, 35-7.
Who was it? Was it a green team?
Boy, I didn't watch the game.
I didn't watch the game. It was who did they lose to? It was Weber State.
Weber State, that's right. Damian Lillard, home of Damian
I'm about
Lillard.
to say, ain't this where Dame Time originated?
Yeah,
It is.
and then they lost to
Yeah.
Memphis in the bowl game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What do you think about buddy Nick Honor from Missouri? Where'd he go to school last year?
Clemson.
He did. Well, that'll wrap it up. Thanks for joining us. It was
Nah,
fun.
thanks for having me, man.
It was fun. I hope your brand keeps growing, keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Definitely, that's the plan.
I hope so. It was really fun, man. It was fun to have a new face on here.
It was.
For sure,
was,
man. For me, it was just great catching up with y'all, man.
for real, man. It's been a
We
long
gotta
time.
get you
long
back.
time.
This
We
really
gotta
ain't
get
this
you
really
back.
ain't different than what we usually be on when
Exactly.
we were together and we're seeing each other. So it was cool catching up with y'all boys, man.
And now look at us. We all in 3 different places. Ain't nowhere near each other. 3
Right.
hours, 10 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Nah, I
all
know
good.
you a
Nah, it was
busy
definitely
guy.
fun.
We got to
Thanks
get
for
you back
having
on
me,
here though. Yeah, we got to get you
Yeah,
back on
Definitely,
here.
man. Let me know. You know, I got to get up with y'all boys so I can get these parlays right. But
Facts.
you know,
Facts.
we definitely can talk about getting me back on really in the near future, man. Because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
be on
mean,
spring break next week.
us
Oh
two,
yeah,
or I will be. I
definitely.
guess
We'll
you.
be.
Yeah,
I will be too. We'll be pumping out content.
yeah,
Right.
for sure. All only advice in the betting community I have is I would put the house on Clemson. I already have. I hope they don't
Uh,
lose because I'm gonna be sad and broke. But
yeah, that's a
I
bad
can't.
combo right
I'm
there.
not joining you on that one, but
Yeah, I
of
can't
course
I
you're
take
hope.
that.
not.
I
I
wish the
can't take
best for
that
you
advice.
though. I'm praying for
Didn't
you.
you pick Clemson?
I picked them, but I couldn't bet the house on that, man.
No, I'm talking about Darren picked Clemson
I
too, and
picked
he
Clemson
won.
over. I picked Clemson over North Carolina.
You picked North Carolina over this Virginia team that Clemson's playing tonight.
Exactly.
So what's that? So Clemson can't beat Virginia if North Carolina could have?
Play styles is different.
You
Clemson
right.
matches up way better against North Carolina. Not
They
against
do.
Virginia though.
It's the same score. We shoot a little bit better, but their defense is better, obviously.
Yeah,
But
the
it's gonna
North
be a good
Carolina
one.
don't. Y'all won't be able to shoot like y'all did last night. I don't think.
No, heck no. But if we can score 70, we'll win the game. The magic number is
I
70.
agree. Not a
We
really
can
the
score
magic number is like 65 against
like
them.
27 against these idiots. If you score 27 in the first half, you're gonna win the game. But man, it was fun. It was good. That's all I got.
Yeah,
You got anything, Bragg?
I'm good.
Thanks for joining us. Good luck. That's all I got.
For sure. Same
I
to
like
y'all,
that.
man. Thanks for